Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Welcome to another starter set unboxing video. This is part of my starter set week, a whole week worth of 7 days worth of videos where I am doing something with the different starter sets that I have in my collection. So for the first 5 days, Monday through Friday, we are going to be unboxing starter sets that I have that I need to open in order to be able to actually prepare them for review when the time comes for them to be part of the polls for Starter Set Saturday. So this is Tuesday, so this is the second day of the unboxing portion of this series. On Saturday, I will have my Starter Set Saturday video on the Alien role-playing game First Edition Starter Set. And on Sunday, we will do a comparison between the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beginner Box and the remastered version of that same product. But today, we're going to be unboxing the Star Wars Edge of the Empire beginner game. So I've actually had this in my collection for a little while now. Back when I did the unboxing video for the Force of Destiny beginner game, the same day as I think that I recorded that video, I ended up ordering the Edge of the Empire box set. And so it's been sitting on my shelf for quite some time, still, sealed up. But again, I wanted to be part of this series. The Starter Set Saturdays is going to go through every single starter set that I have in my collection. So they're going to have to be opened for me to be able to actually, properly review them. So I have done the unboxings for the Age of Rebellion and Force of Destiny. So there's not really going to be a lot different between those three products. They're very, very similar in terms of like what's inside, but we will go through and do the process here of doing the unboxing. So this is for 3 to 5 players, and Edge of the Empire is kind of like your Han Solo type characters. So it's sort of like your smugglers, your anti-hero type of characters that would be present in this one here. So the Age of Rebellion was, again, just more like the Rebellion members. Force of Destiny introduced Force-sensitive and like Jedi characters, and this one will have sort of again like your smugglers and anti-heroes and like your Han Solo type of characters, basically. This comes with an adventure book, a rule book, introduction sheet, a map, character folios, the dice, Destiny tokens, character tokens, and vehicle tokens. And this was put out originally by Fantasy Flight, but they were, I guess, purchased by Edge Studios, is what it looks like here. Yeah, Edge Studio. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get the plastic off this, and we'll take a look at what's inside. Alright, so we've got everything out of the box there. So the first thing, of course, are the dice that are included. And this, for me, is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to get these starter sets in the first place. Was because if I were to ever play or to run this version of the Star Wars role-playing game, it does have like proprietary dice, and there is likely a way that you could like sort it out based on like the different sides of conventional dice, but I don't want to have a table next to me for every single dice roll. So with the all three starter sets now, I've got a really decent collection of the Star Wars dice, so that's really cool. We've got the Read This First paper, which also includes an example of play here. And if you look on the back, we have our Star Wars text crawl. So that's pretty cool to see. So we have that. We do have our tokens here. So we got some TIE fighters, some Imperial officers. We've got our like characters. We've got the stand-in for the Millennium Falcon, which I'm sure will be the characters ship in this particular one here. You got some stormtroopers. So again, really cool assortment of those as well. And then we've got our map. So one map. So one side has 3 other maps on it. So one of them is sort of the regional map, or the area that the scenario takes place in. And then the other 2 maps here, so these are separated. They're not like necessarily next to each other, but these are just like separate encounter areas. So we have a cantina, and we got spaceport control. And then on the other side, we have our Millennium Falcon, but it is legally distinct because it is brown as opposed to like sort of a beigey color. And I think it's called the Crate Fang, is the name of the ship, and it says there's the landing bay. So assuming that part of the scenario involves either stealing or retaking the ship from the Empire. There's also an advertisement here for for an actual downloadable secondary scenario to follow up from the first one. It doesn't require any like key codes or anything like that, so you can just go to the website. Even if you don't have the starter sets themselves, you can still go to the website and download the scenarios. I actually have all 3 of them downloaded on my computer already. And then we've got another advertisement for the 3 different product lines for the new Star Wars, or for this version of the Star Wars role-playing game there as well. We've got our adventure book, which again I don't want to go too much into in terms of like spoiling anything, but we do have some cool artwork on there, some of the descriptions, again some of the rule stuff, and the way that these games work is they have like multiple different scenarios within the adventure book, and it kind of is used to teach you the game as you go through, right? So it gives you like different mechanics, and the scenarios or what you're doing becomes a bit more complex from the beginning to the final ending portion of the adventure book. So really, really cool there. And then we've got our characters. So we have Lauric, the hired gun. So it's a Wookiee. And again, what's kind of cool is we've got it's like a folio. So you've got your starting character. It gives you a description of what all the different aspects of the character sheet are, and they are like numbered to correspond with what's on the sheet. So it gives you an idea. You can sort of be able to look at the reference number, see what it is. It gives you what you can do on your player's turn. It gives you the different symbols on the dice and what they mean. And then you've got the second sheet here. And this, I guess, goes into a little bit more specific information. And then finally, there's actually a blank version of the character for you to essentially be able to sort of build the character yourself. And I think there is information for doing that throughout like the booklets and stuff. So that's actually really cool to see, is that you can play a standard version, or you can actually sort of pick and choose your own like talents and stuff like that may differ from the one that is included in the scenario. And then you've got their backstory on the back of the folio. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but we do also have I'm not going to flip through all the different pages, but we do have 41 Vex, who's a colonist. So we had a hired gun or a mercenary. So now we've got a colonist with his backstory there. And it's kind of neat that he looks like the old protocol droid. We got Pash, I'm going to say Posh, the smuggler. So he's your Han Solo stand-in. And there's his background on the back there. And then we've got Oscara, the bounty hunter. So bounty hunters, colonists, smugglers, and mercenaries are what you find in the Edge of the Empire rule set. And then we've got our rule book here for the beginner game. Nice sturdy cover here, nice thick cardstock for the cover. Just glue bound, but it has all the information again to play the game, the different skills and attributes and what they mean, and the dice and how to modify what dice you have available to roll, the combat system. Just all kinds of great information in here. So it does seem like it's really well put together in terms of how to get in and start just being able to play the game pretty quickly. So I do appreciate that. Some vehicle combat rules, interstellar travel, and then some creatures and stuff in here as well. So a really, really cool set. I do like these, the makeup of these Star Wars beginner games. I think they do a really good job with putting everything together. The quality of the material that's included, I think, seems really, really solid. And it is really the best way to get these dice and to get a decent amount of them. Like I said, I've got 3 of these starter sets, so now I've got, quite a few of these dice available to me. So, that was my unboxing of Edge of the Empire. Let me know in the comments below. Have you guys played through this beginner box? If so, try not to spoil the scenario too much, but just let me know which character that you played, and did you go through and remodify the character to sort of pick and choose your own talents rather than the ones that were provided from the beginning. You know, just let me know all that stuff in the comments below. Thank you once again for watching. I truly appreciate it. And this is it for the second day of our starter set week. Tomorrow, we are going to be unboxing something which I knew I was getting this week, but I didn't know exactly when it was going to be showing up. But tomorrow, so on Wednesday, we are going to be unboxing the brand new D&D 5th edition starter set, Heroes of the Borderlands. So thank you all again for your time. I truly appreciate it. I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.